Hello, and welcome to another edition of RTA Talks. I'm your host, Robert T. Anderson. If you're new here, welcome. Please consider subscribing. That way you can stay up to date on all of our future advisor growth tips and be notified right away. So in this video, we're here to talk to you about time management. So advisor growth tip number 6. So tip number 1, we want to look at focus days, buffer days, and free days. So what are those days? Well, a focus day is a day where you're looking at only doing certain tasks. So whether that would be client appointments, so whether phone calls, emails, messages, prospecting activities, could be client appointments, whether it's Zoom, face-to-face, certainly when we're able to. All those types of focused activity that are going to drive results in your business and grow your sales. So you really want to be, just as the name says, focused on those days on only doing those types of tasks. So that kind of leads us into our buffer days. So a buffer day are the days where essentially you are going to work on your business or prepping for a focus day or catching up after a focus day. So all of your admin work, tasks you'll do to work on your business, whether that's your bookkeeping, a lot of your social media management, if you're doing that yourself, all those types of tasks that, are important in terms of your business. But if you can, from a time management perspective, set those up on certain days, the better. So, and then ultimately, free days are days where you're taking time off and not working in or on your business. It's important we get caught up day to day, in our business, in our sales, and it can consume us, right? We all have smartphones. We all have typically laptops or tablets. We're always connected some way or somehow, and it's hard to turn off. And we do need to be present when we're at home or with family. So the idea would be to ensure that you are taking that time off on those free days, and over time work on achieving more free days. That ultimately should be the goal, is that freedom, hence free days. So once you've established what you're going to be doing on your focus days, your buffer days, and your free days, then you can start to look at your weekly calendar. So here you will take a typical week and start to map it out. So you want to label each day of the week as a focus, a buffer, or a free day. So for example, myself, Mondays and Fridays are typically buffer days. The odd time I need to make exceptions, holidays and whatnot, change the schedule. However, on a typical week, my Mondays and Fridays are buffer days where I'm working on my business, I'm doing my prep work. I try to adjust my calendar in my Calendly appropriately so that client appointments and things like that don't typically get scheduled on those days. So that's important from a label standpoint. Now, how do I schedule my focus days? Well, I have 3 per week typically. Unless it's a very busy time in my schedule, I may make an exception and make a 4th buffer day or a 4th focus day. So my Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays are my focus days. So I will even work into the evening, 8, even 9 o'clock, if it so happens to be. I am getting less and less demand for those later times now that I've been in the business longer, thankfully. More of that time to myself. But I am on and I am available throughout the entire day. So from 7:30 to potentially 8, even 9 o'clock. So I am focused. I do take breaks, obviously, in terms of ensuring, I eat, take a break, maybe go outside, especially being at home. Those things are important from a time management standpoint, keeping your energy level up. And as well, I do implement from our previous video, the power hour. So if you missed that advisor growth tip, you can check that out after this video. So those 3 days of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, are those focus days for me, where I make those calls, send those emails, have my appointments, and do my prospecting. Next, of course, free days. I typically, at this stage in my business, Saturday, Sunday. I used to make exceptions in terms of having meetings on Saturdays. Now, maybe a few times a year, it may be necessary. However, I am a lot more strict on that now. And I find people through meeting digitally are more available in terms of meetings, during the week or even throughout the day. You don't know unless you try. So definitely from a time management standpoint and labeling your days, remember, buffer, focus, free days. And you don't necessarily have to copy my schedule. Take a look at what will work for you, your personal situation, your family situation, and of course, your business situation. So then we want to focus and only schedule those meetings on those days. So, we now know what a focus day is. We know what a buffer day is. We know what a free day is. We've looked at our typical week. We've labeled that week. Now we want to stick to our guns here. We want to, essentially learn to say no. Because, unless it's a really big prospect and you've been working on a long time and you're about to close it, say no. And don't just say no to the client, of course. Offer alternative dates. Obviously they understand you have a life as well. Most clients are typically respectful in terms of your time. Not always, of course, but stick to your guns, have your availability, leverage a calendar, service such as like a Calendly. We'll leave the links in our description below for you to check out that service that we use. It integrates with our calendars and lets clients pick when's best for them. And once you've done that and you've gotten comfortable with sticking to your schedule for focus days, buffer days, and free days, then over time, you will start to see your ability to schedule even more free days, as I mentioned, right? There are advisors, there are salespeople that over time that have implemented this system and really grown their business, are working less, and guess what? Their income has grown. How are they doing this? They're implementing even more time management skills and strategies. So leveraging their time, of course, leveraging other people to the point where, the ultimate goal should be that you're not needed in your day-to-day business. People can run it for you. You just simply can become a shareholder. They might even pack up your office one day and say, you're no longer needed here. Your office is taking up space. We need it for so-and-so. It might sound crazy, but at that point, you've mastered the art of time management. So we hope you got a lot of value out of this advisor growth tip on time management. Please consider liking this video if you haven't already. Don't forget to please subscribe if you aren't already. That way, as I mentioned, you can stay up to date on all our advisor growth tips, all our reviews, and tutorials. So thank you for watching this video, and we'll catch you in the next episode.